Hi guys, so this is my lesson plan and it is designed to develop stronger literacy and language skills. Target population: 11th grade students in an inclusive ELA Common Core classroom who are preparing for the New York State Regents exam. This classroom also includes students with disabilities and English language learners. General education students are at the middle socioeconomic level, while students with disabilities and English language learners are at a lower socioeconomic level. The primary learning target of this lesson is for students to develop strong reading comprehension skills that support language or language and communication in ELA. The supporting learning target of this lesson, that is supported by instruction based on the primary learning target, is for students to develop the necessary skills to write an argumentative essay. Students need to model proficiency in reading and writing at the appropriate age level. They need to be able to locate and identify the main ideas of a text and monitor understanding of a text through the use of fix-up strategies. Now for resources. Access to New York State Regents-based resources that include previous exams, answer keys, and grading rubrics. Access to additional staff if assistance is required for students with disabilities, and access to technology able to translate text to the primary language of English language learners. A list of materials for this lesson plan include prepared assignments, computers, smartboards, iPads, mini whiteboards, and writing utensils. The procedure for the first day of the lesson include a directed reading thinking activity, which is a pre-assessment, a multiple choice question group work activity, whole class discussion with mini whiteboards, and an exit ticket poem. The procedure for the second day includes a read aloud and a think aloud, an interactive multiple choice game, and a KWL chart exit ticket. The procedure for the third day includes a reader response log pre-assessment, a think pair share activity, and an anticipation guide exit ticket. The fourth day includes presentations of directions, argumentative essay graphic organizers and argumentative essay models, which will be completed in a group, and a compare-contrast exit ticket presentation. The directed reading thinking activity pre-assessment advances reading comprehension and develops metacognitive skills. It engages students in making predictions about a text, reading the text, and discovering the accuracy of those predictions. When making a prediction about a text, students activate their background knowledge, and this can provide the teacher with a better understanding of how students understand text. Providing the worksheet in a very organized fashion can help students with disabilities who may learn better visually. Providing clear and easy to follow instructions can also aid students with disabilities or English language learners who struggle with reading and understanding English. Providing instruction in an English language learner's primary language can allow you to fully reach the diverse student population and encourage equal success in the classroom. The multiple choice question group work activity allows for the sharing of different ideas and views of different students, all while building stronger social skills, provides opportunities to develop stronger listening skills while their peers exchange thoughts and ideas. This could be especially beneficial for English language learners because this opens them up to natural conversation between peers of their own age group and can help them learn to communicate better with others. Students with disabilities can develop stronger social skills while allowing the general education students the opportunity to better understand and accept their disabled peers. Whole class discussion with mini whiteboards. Students construct new meanings, extend old ones, and make new connections between branches of knowledge and personal understandings. They develop stronger listening and speaking skills. It provides opportunities for students with disabilities to participate, and English language learners practice their English writing skills. Read aloud, think aloud. This opens the class up for discussion right away. Students typically enjoy when their teacher reads to them, and students are able to observe the teacher model proficient speaking skills. Students discover meaning from text by briefly collaborating with their peers on what they predict will happen or how they relate the text to their prior knowledge. This allows students to share their ideas and thoughts with others in the class and understand the perspective of others. This activity can be completed at a pace suitable for all students, including students with disabilities and English language learners. For equal participation from English language learners, a copy of the passage in their primary language could benefit their ability to follow along and express their own ideas and levels of comprehension. The interactive multiple choice game demonstrates reading comprehension skills. By playing games, students become more motivated to learn, pay attention, and participate in set tasks. Students use their working memory to solve problems, which increases their mental cognition. Allowing for the maximum amount of time students have to answer the questions in order for the students with disabilities and English language learners to have a chance to answer correctly without having their slower processing speed, visual impairments, language barriers, etc., from hindering their ability to participate. KWL chart. This can help teachers understand what their students already know about a topic and what they would like to learn about it. This activates their background knowledge and demonstrates how they are able to make connections between old and new topics. Students acknowledge not only what they have learned, but they also take note of what questions remain unanswered and what new questions have arisen. In order for English language learners to benefit from this activity, they can be encouraged to seek definitions of specific words that pertain to the topic, such as argument or argumentative. From discovering definitions of words that may be unfamiliar to them, they can develop their own ideas of what the topic may be about. English language learners and students with disabilities should be encouraged to try their best, but to not fear failure or feeling inadequately prepared for the upcoming lesson should they not know anything in regards to the argumentative essays. Reader response logs expect students to interpret text, make inferences, and make claim of two opposing opinions rather than simply summarizing what they've read. Students make meaning out of the text in reference to their own personal views and opinions. The reader response log stimulates their interest and engagement while encouraging consideration of what they know about the topic. For English language learners, it may be difficult for them to interpret pieces of information in order to choose which claim it pertains to if they are already struggling to understand the language. Providing text in their primary language for this activity may benefit their ability to complete the task, all while helping them understand the components of an argumentative essay. For students with disabilities, demonstrating different forms of organizing information may aid them in successfully categorizing two opposing claims without feeling overwhelmed or losing focus on the task at hand. This could also benefit other visual learners within the classroom to develop better note-taking and/or organizational skills for when they are expected to approach an essay on their own. Think, Pair, Share activities enrich conversation and keep students engaged. Students take ownership of their learning and negotiate meaning rather than rely solely on the teacher's authority. Researchers have found that students' learning is enhanced when they have opportunities to elaborate on ideas through talk. Students engage in identifying supporting evidence and forming a strong defense on the opinion they've chosen. It demonstrates what ideas students have and how they are able to express them while engaged in discussion with their peers. Helps students learn to understand the different perspectives of others and to respect their opinions. Pair a student with special needs who struggle with reading and writing to a student who has strong skills and who can act as a leader. This could also be done with English language learners. Having the teacher decide who works together can improve the social skills of students with learning disabilities and can help build better relationships between the students with needs and the students without. Teachers can also place students with special needs in more quiet locations in the classroom with their partners so that they don't feel distracted and they are able to maintain their focus. The anticipation guide exit ticket stimulates students' interest in a topic and sets a purpose for reading. Students connect new information to prior knowledge and build a curiosity about a new topic. Guide students to learn to differentiate opinion from supporting evidence and/or to provide bridges between opinions and reasons supporting an opinion. This activity is very beneficial for students with disabilities because it is common that they refuse to choose a side or cannot understand how to form such a claim. For second language learners, students of varying reading skill, students with learning disabilities, and younger learners, anticipation guides can be completed orally and/or the number of statements can be modified to suit learners' needs. For English language learners, the use of simple sentences could benefit their understanding because it'll allow them to focus on the content rather than understanding the language of the sentence. Using an argumentative essay graphic organizer helps all students better understand what components are required to complete the task and how to successfully organize their essay. For students who feel overwhelmed by a writing task, graphic organizers provide a way to break up the tasks into clear and manageable parts. Place students with special needs who struggle with reading and writing with students who have strong skills and who act as leaders is very beneficial. This allows students to occupy different roles according to their strengths and weaknesses and to help them come together and form a strong group essay. Compare-contrast exit ticket demonstrates whether or not students are able to understand two opposing arguments and recognizes when they are also similar. By focusing student thinking on analyzing pairs of ideas, the compare-contrast strategy strengthens students' ability to remember key content. It improves comprehension by highlighting important details, making abstract ideas more concrete, and reducing the confusion between related concepts. This activity can reach English language learners because it encourages them to learn to listen to their English-speaking peers and produce an understanding of their presentation. It also helps English language learners to expand their vocabulary. Comments, analysis, and discussion. A pro of this lesson is that it includes activities that are designed to help students learn language and literacy skills in different ways. It also encourages different forms of discussion and task completion as well as unique ways of assessment. Another pro is that it's flexible in the sense that it can be altered according to how students perform on pre-assessments and exit tickets. A con of this lesson could be that it may not successfully be completed in its entirety if students are not adequately prepared for the material. This lesson is designed for a general education classroom that includes students with disabilities and English language learners. In other words, it's not designed entirely for a special education classroom. In this case, the lesson would have to be altered according to extra personnel and may require much longer time extensions, resulting in the lesson taking longer than one academic school week. Teachers should familiarize themselves with IEPs and other essential forms of information in order to be fully prepared to meet the needs of the diverse learners before implementing the lesson. This would allow for ample time to access resources necessary for English language learners and to alter activities according to students with different needs and learning abilities. This lesson plan can take on the same approach but in different ways through the use of similar techniques. There are many different classroom activities that encourage the development of literacy skills in students, which can take the place of the ones specifically used in this lesson plan. Future classroom practices should always consider the different ways in which students learn, whether it be general or special education. All students learn in different ways, and these needs can be met through different independent group and or whole class instruction. And that is my lesson plan, guys. Thanks for listening.